Love and peace to you. This is a verbal discourse on our Welt Ethos. My name is Peter Johansson Osisi, and I work with Asona Ashram. And this is an introduction to some teachings from Hinduism regarding the sixth principle numero seis, of our Welt Ethos, that principle being Makha, care for the earth. The Bhagavad Gita essentially teaches um, the ascension, spiritual ascension, um, spiritual transcendence, the ultimate experience of nirvana, union with Brahman, the ultimate reality. So this process of cultivating, of progressing in this spiritual ascension and spiritual transcendence involves certain disciplines that include compassion towards others, and promoting the well-being of all beings and all life, um, essentially. And uh, this also includes having cultivating an equanimity, being equally disposed to all phenomena, transcending beyond the experience of pain and pleasure, and recognizing that all phenomena has both benefits and detriments, and um, withdrawing from the tendencies towards pursuing power, and material riches and affluence and conquest and hoarding, and recognizing that um, while such experiences may provide certain benefits, the such experiences also provide detriments. Um, so it is a matter of being cultivating equanimity, indifference, and through this indifference, having um, perseverance and endurance through such challenges, and even through the pleasant experiences. This is conveyed within Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, siete a nueve, chapter 6, verse 7 through 9. The supreme reality stands revealed in the consciousness of those who have conquered themselves. They live in peace, alike in cold and heat, pleasure and pain, praise and blame. They are completely fulfilled by spiritual wisdom and self-realization. Having conquered their senses, they have climbed to the summit of human consciousness. To such people, a clod of dirt, a stone, and gold are the same. They are equally disposed to family, enemies, and friends, to those who support them and those who are hostile, to the benevolent and the evil alike. Because they are impartial, they rise to great heights. That's Bhagavad Gita 6, 7 a 9, chapter 6, verse 7 through 9. So, it is recognizing the intrinsic divine presence uh, that is provided within all these experiences, within all the beings that we encounter, as well as the life and the material phenomena that we encounter and experience. Recognizing that um, there are benefits within the material provisions, and there are detriments as well, and simply regarding that in an objective manner, and without being callous, but with the intention of um, being intentional, being compassionate, and recognizing how the most benefit, the most well-being can be generated through these considerations. Um, Thus, it is beneficial to abstain from selfishness and destructiveness, from the abuse of ourselves, of others, as well as of Mother Earth and the natural universe. Um, Recognizing the harm that's caused from this, and instead to be responsible stewards, to be compassionate, to be universally compassionate. Um, this is conveyed within Bhagavad Gita 16 a 18, chapter 16, verse 16 through 18, in the Bhagavad Gita. Bound by their greed and entangled in a web of delusion, whirled about by a fragmented mind, they fall into a dark hell. Self-important, obstinate, swept away by the pride of wealth, they ostentatiously perform sacrifices without any regard for their purpose. egotistical, violent, arrogant, lustful, angry, envious of everyone. They abuse my presence within their bodies and in the bodies of others. Again, Bhagavad Gita 16, chapter 16, verse 16 through 18. So, within this temporal realm, within life, there are needs. We have needs. We have material needs, and physical needs amidst these material needs. And so, part of life simply involves sustaining life, and that requires certain material sustenance. And so, that requires reconciliation with our contemporary circumstances to receive that material sustenance. And yet that can be increasingly contentious, and that can cause transgressions. And so the consideration is how to negotiate this experience of life, whilst minimizing this contention and transgressions, but proficiently providing for ourselves and to ensure the provisions for others. It can be easy to find well, it can be easy to find advantages and pursue transgressions for the sake of guaranteeing or perceiving to guarantee a prolonged life through material sustenance by amassing and hoarding and conquest, amassing and hoarding. But this detracts one from the process of spiritual ascension and spiritual transcendence. Sri Krishna teaches that within each of these elements, within each being, within all life, even within the material phenomena, there is holiness, and it is to be respected. It is to be appreciated. And it's through that appreciation, through that genuine appreciation and respect, and particularly in compassion for other beings, and the holiness within other beings, that facilitates the process of spiritual ascension and spiritual transcendence, because that actualizes, through that respect for the holiness, that kind of actualizes the holiness and enhances our experience of holiness itself. And so this is generally conveyed within many portions of the Bhagavad Gita, particularly within this passage of chapter 8, 3 y 22, chapter 8, verse 3 and 22. My highest nature, the imperishable Brahman, gives every creature its existence, and lives in every creature as the Adhyatma. My action is creation and the bringing forth of creatures. The Supreme Lord who pervades all existence, the true self of all creatures, may be realized through undivided love. So again, that's Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, 3 y 22, chapter 8, verse 3 and 22. So there is that notion of undivided love, the unity that we are all part of, and that we are all dependent upon, that sustains us, and through which we attain ultimate reality, nirvana, union with Brahman. That includes caring for the well-being of others, as well as being responsible stewards of nature, recognizing that this intentional care is part of facilitating the well-being of all beings, and honoring and recognizing and manifesting the holiness that exists within all of these phenomena and all this life. So those are some teachings from Hinduism regarding this principle of Makha, the sixth principle numero 6 of our Welt Ethos. And with that, Ananda Shanti.